It's time for Declare Your Independence with Ernest Hancock.
Believe me when I say we have a difficult time ahead of us. But if we are to be prepared for it, we must first shed our fear of it. I stand here without fear because I remember that I am here not because of the path that lies before me, but because of the path that lies behind me. I remember that for 100 years we have fought these machines. And after a century of war, I remember that which matters most. We are still here! Tonight, let us make them remember we are not afraid!
Welcome back to Declare Your Independence with me, Ernest Hancock. Today is Inspiring Generation Next Day. You know, first we got Luke Rudkowski on. Now we have Jordan Page. Mr. Page, I got you there?
You got me, Ernie.
Jordan, it's always inspirational to see your career advance. I mean, I knew. God, just said, can I be your friend before you don't have any more room for more friends, Because I knew it was going to happen. You're very talented. And there's some great news I want to make sure you share with the audience about your music getting much more exposure. Tell me all about it.
Well, there's a lot going on, Ernie. One success we've had recently is I've had my representation sending packages out to mainstream radio all over the country. And Clear Channel, which is basically the conglomerate that owns probably 80% of the terrestrial radio stations, usually takes a long time to get back to people's requests or solicitations. And they got my package and listened to the CD and expedited within a week to have me added to the roster of new artists on their iHeart Radio website, which is a forum for new artists to be heard. And right now it looks like I'm about two to three little tiers away from national radio play for this liberty message that I'm writing about. And it's a great success for an indie artist. And say what you want about Clear Channel, but they're the gatekeeper in a lot of ways. And getting recognized on that form is a big deal for someone without a major label behind them.
No, it just goes to show what happens when you have talent to begin with. You create a following and you have a product that people want, and they're not leaders. They're not going to blaze any trail. They're followers, and the culture has shifted to where they better represent it or they're going away. So they go, you know what? We need to be relevant. We need to be hip, man. We need to find a new... Ooh, here he is, Mr. Jordan Page. So they're doing it not because they love you. It's because it benefits them, which is fine. I would go, hey, whatever, man, as long as it gets the message out there. And go ahead and tell us, did they give you any indication of what songs that they favor over others?
I didn't even get that information from them. It was just a general, they heard the album, my new album, Liberty, they liked it, and it was worthy to be counted amongst the new artist category. And that's, right now that's good enough for me. I mean, and over the last, I guess, several days, it's only been up for several days, and we've gotten, I think, over 600 hits and listens and ratings from folks. I know a lot of people are promoting it on Facebook and through their social network sites. And it's funny, my agent called me up from Los Angeles and said, Jordan, your fan base has spoken. Usually it takes a lot longer to than that, several months to get that many plays on this forum. But it looks like we're starting out with a bang. We're starting out strong, so I'm pretty excited about it.
Well, you already had the infrastructure. I mean, you have a lot of people that are we got a picture coming up of your lovely wife. Hello. We have a lot of photographs and graphics up here that we're showing people on the video. And it's amazing how many places we have gone where we've overlapped. We get to see each other and participate, and it was great seeing you at Fedstock. And I'm sorry I didn't get to say goodbye during the middle of your set. I had somebody who was double parked out in the street waiting for me to get my bags on to get to the airport. But
no worries, buddy.
The one thing that I wanted to make sure that people understood is that you already have an infrastructure that is created ready for the explosion. It's not like it has to be created for you. It's already a turnkey, flip the switch, here it goes. Once it starts, I don't think Clear Channel realizes what they're going to spark, and it's certainly not anything that they can control, because once it begins, it's already over. Have they started playing it yet, or they just got you on the list?
What happens, how it works is the more people that go, that follow the link to my page on their site, on iHeartRadio, and the more people listen to it and rate it, the higher up in the ranks it goes, and the next stage would be being a featured artist, which would be on the front page of the website, and they just get they get millions of hits on that website. So,
okay, well, I'm making sure. You see her? I'm looking at her. You already have his iHeart links and everything for it going. Oh, of course she does. You go to today's archive of freedomsphoenix.com, and you go to today's show, and you go in there, and you'll see all the links to be able to go and make your presence known in support of Jordan Page's music. And by doing that, and we know what happens when the Love-olution gets involved in this thing, don't we?
We do. We've seen it firsthand at the helm of with Ernie Hancock at the helm of that ship. I know all about it.
Oh, it's way past me, man. I just want to help, because I just know where a lot of the roots of the grapevine are, and that's why I wanted to do this show now that this news came out, so that people will know to go and make it. So just you guys listen to the show, whether it's on archive later or now or live or whatever. Just go to today's archive of the show on freedomsphoenix.com, freedoms with an S, phoenix.com. You go to today's show in the second hour. You'll see Jordan Page and all the links. Just go there. And what this does is your tip of the spear, man. You're blazing a trail for the lamestream media to follow your example, because they need to be relevant. They want to increase their legitimacy. The message is like, yeah, whatever, makes us look good. If they thought it was, war. I guess it's after they got bin Laden. I don't know how much longer they can beat the war drum, so they want to get the drums on a Jordan Page album. So tell us about some of the songs on there that you think have been the most popular with your audience on the net, and you think would have an impact on Clear Channel. Which one of those songs you think is the most popular, and what's the message?
Well, on the new album, definitely "Message of Freedom" is a song that everyone seems to love. That was the one that you inspired, and that I wrote for my little boys last year when I was on my. I wrote that. I started writing that song on the plane to come out to St. Louis for the Libertarian Convention to support you, and and your famous catchphrase, "Freedom's the answer. What's the question?" Really, I just heard music behind that, and people seem to really love that one. So we put that one first on the iHeartRadio Clear Channel website, and it's got several hundred plays since I guess just in the last couple of days.
Well, we'll play some of it here in a little bit, but really the message of that whole thing is your experiences and what you've learned, and to make sure that your young family, your children, have what Dad thinks. You wrote this song for them.
Absolutely. Well, it started as a letter that I was writing to them. I was thinking about, the road of the activist, and, activists throughout history, anti-war people, who have spoken out against corruption, sometimes meet with a bitter end. And I was thinking about that and the fact that I had these little children, and should something ever happen to me, what do I want them to know about me and about life? And I was writing them a letter. And then I just started hearing music that was going with the words I was writing to them in this letter on the plane, and it became the song "Message of Freedom." And I think that's the one that I've gotten the most comments about. I mean, people like the hard rock stuff. People don't normally know me as a hard rock electric musician, but I've always been that. I just haven't known me as that, so I really got the chance to show that off on this record. So a song like Dragons, the first two tracks, Dragons and Frontline, definitely songs people have really been into.
But we'll talk more about it. You're going to push the button on us, Jordan. We'll be right back here on Declare Your Independence with me, Ernest Hancock, my special guest, Jordan Page.